Hey guys, thanks for joining the other channel. We're gonna have a fun live stream tonight, I think. So appreciate everyone being here, and we'll get started here in just a minute. All right, let's go ahead and hop into it. I show 7 o'clock in Texas. And there's Kyle, Square Drop Adventures. It's a good thing you were on the right channel there, Kyle. sometimes you never know. But Kyle, Mike, and Dave, what's up, folks?
Hello.
What's up?
Hello.
Oh, am I muted?
So ACK was supposed to be here, but maybe he had something come up. I know he's been working a lot lately, so. But that's cool. But hey, thanks for joining. Dave, is this your first time with this stream on this channel? I don't remember.
I think I may have been on it once before.
Okay.
I didn't have I had the little trailer at the time.
Okay. Good. Well, yeah. That's right. Texas Prepper Tax-Free Weekend. It probably ends in like 3 hours, though, Dawn. So I don't do this a lot. I don't get to do this a lot on this channel, but special shout out to all the folks in green text in the chat, YouTube channel members for the Unplugged channel, which is only 2 of you, Tortoise Overland and Matt, KM4WQC. So thank you guys for support of the channel. I kind of feel like Don N5SKT is a channel member, but since he's got the wrench, he's one of the admins in here, then I can't see that. I don't know if you are or not. Joining the stream from a flight home from New York City. Hey, Matt. Good deal. That's pretty fun.
That is considered overland.
that is overland. You are correct. Oh my goodness. Glenn, thank you for the super chat, buddy. Always starting the super chats off right. Appreciate the support there, Glenn. And especially on the new channel here. So this is my new channel. This is it's not a new channel. I've had it for like 2 or 3 years. This is my Unplugged channel. It started out as an off-grid gear review channel, and quite frankly, I just did it for because the affiliate program on Amazon for off-grid gear is really pretty good. And then it kind of turned into an RV channel because I had an RV at the time, and did some RV stuff, and those are some of my most the most popular video on this channel is about the 200-watt Renogy solar suitcase that folds up together in its own little bag, and you unfold it, and it has a built-in solar charge controller in the back of it, and it's just got wires coming out of it, and with alligator clips, you just plug it into any battery, and it's all inclusive. 200 watts of solar, its own charge controller, you plug it into a battery, and you're done. And they've got some newer versions that don't come with a charge controller, but that's the most popular video on this channel, and it's like 3 years old. And then the other most popular videos are all about RV walkthroughs. So, Dave, I realized that we never did that at Hamcation, which was my fault, but we still need to do that with your brand new RV.
Yeah.
And the star next to my name indicates me as a channel. Okay, good. They've changed that a couple times, so. Yeah, thanks, Don. I knew you were in there. Thanks, bud. In fact, I think it was Don's idea. He's like, you need to turn on channel membership on this channel. And I'm like, well, okay, I'll do it. But I really, really, really want to get some more RV. This is kind of turned into an RV channel because I did some overland stuff, videos on it, and they kind of did okay, but not really as well as the other stuff I've done. So the most popular videos are all about off-grid solar panels and batteries and RVs. So that's kind of where I'm focused right now. So this RV Basecamp Chat, we started it last year. I don't know if I've done one for 2026 yet. We might have done one in January, but it's been a couple months since we've done one of these. So everyone here is in the chat, except this is Frank's first time to join us. So welcome, Frank. How are you?
Thank you. I'm alive.
You are alive.
I got that song stuck in my head now. I was thinking about it. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.
Hey, Frank, spell RV.
VR. Like the headset.
Like the headset. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
You miss me, Kyle.
Yeah. We didn't have anyone to make fun of. Well, we made fun of Bill and of Bob.
Bob, I heard
Bob
it was a character again.
Yeah, Bob did his usual thing for how much he had to drink. So Bob's cool. It's always cool to hang out with Bob. At not that Bob, the other. You guys haven't met Bob.
Yeah.
Bob is a ham, and he comes to the Overland More Expo, and good dude, really good dude. But Frank missed it this year because of
knee surgery
reasons. Okay, I didn't know if you were saying that.
Yeah.
Well, you had an AMA last hour, right?
Yep.
Okay.
I was pretty much open about it.
Okay.
As far as what it was, so I had knee surgery, and it took me 2 weeks kind of feel normal again, and kind of looked at the calendar, and then this last week I was like, hey, I'm doing pretty good. And I was like, I can stream tonight. I'm going to stream tonight.
Good. No, not K6 UDA, Bob. Although that would be fun.
Right?
We should totally all do a trip to Idaho, because that guy I don't think he'll ever leave Idaho. So
we were close. We were 3 hours away 2 years ago, but he had something going on.
He had something going. Yeah. And I hit him up, and he's like, I was like, I can swing up there and see you. And I don't think he was home at the time or something. But that just did not work out. But it's too bad too. But
where's he at? Is he in Twin Falls?
I don't remember. I don't remember. He's in Idaho, but I don't remember like the area or anything
I think
like
it's
that.
southern Idaho somewhere, but I don't know if I ever knew.
I was thinking it was northern Idaho, but I'm probably wrong. I really don't remember. But yeah,
we have this thing called QRZ, which
assuming it's his. I mean, assuming it's his home address on QRZ, which is not my home address on QRZ, but you know.
But it's close.
Oh, well.
It's
a PO box.
It's close. It's yeah.
There you go.
It's close. So. Anyway, we've got two guys here that are full-time RV, Mike the Traveling Ham and Dave KB5UTY, and those are ham radio call signs for those of you listening that don't know what that is, and we'll talk about that at some point, but that's not the purpose of this specific live streamer series. But Dave, you were not full-time RV. Did you finish eating? I'm not trying to...
I'm done.
Get you
yeah.
Okay. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to pick on you while you're eating. So, Dave, you were not full-time in the RV when the last time you were on here. So how's that going?
No, I wasn't. I am 3 months in and loving it. So completely detached now. House has been turned back over. Everything's been arranged. So I am 100%. This is my entire world. And so far, so good. Learning experiences, especially out here. Paul was in the true RV spot, and I was behind Paul, and then we had enormous amounts of rain. And so I ended up with a marsh in between me and Paul that I got to step right out into about 4 inches of water. And then sewer hookup. There was only one. So trying to take a sewer hose from my spot over to the hookup wasn't long enough. It actually went uphill instead of downhill. Ended up learning what a macerator pump is and using one of those.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
I've never used. I know what it is.
It's
I've
a
never
poo
used
blender.
One.
It's a poo blender. So yeah, it's been an experience, and I'm loving it.
It makes good. Oh my God.
Chocolate, only chocolate.
One flavor.
Yeah.
That's not for me then. I like vanilla.
Yeah, you can throw banana and strawberry in there, but you're getting chocolate out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So
well,
yeah, loving it.
So you're in Texas right now.
Yep.
And where are all of you? So are you going to pull that? So Dave's got like, what is it, 35 foot long?
38, almost 40, including everything on the
including the tongue and bumper. It's about 40 feet. So
that's a long rig.
He's He's living life to the he's full-time RV, but it's like, full-time pulling an actual house around with you,
It's bigger than my first apartment.
Right,
So,
yeah.
That RV that Dave's got, I mean, I walked into it at Orlando. That thing is sweet. It is nice.
It really is, yeah. And he doesn't have any extra beds in there. It's all for him, which is totally cool. That's how I would do it. I would have a second bed in there for my dog. But other than that, that's probably how I would do it if I was going to go full-time as well. So,
yeah.
So, Dave, have you built up a repair list already yet? Or is everything going pretty good?
Everything's going good. Everything is exactly the way it's supposed to be. I think the Florida shakedown, taking it to Hamcation and back, kind of shook out any gremlins I had. But yeah, so far.
Do you want to tell the story about how you chose that brand and how you spoke to the owner of the company?
Sure.
Okay.
So
go ahead.
It's a 26 Alliance Avenue 333BH, which typically the Alliance Avenue series is all fifth wheels except for this model. And it's a travel trailer that feels like a fifth wheel on inside. Instead of stepping up to go to bed, it's just flat, right? So that's besides that, it's basically a fifth wheel floor plan. It's a bunkhouse. This is the bunkhouse. But yeah, the story where I got to meet Bill Martin, one of the owners, he's the vice president of customer service, is when I was doing the research for this trailer, it's a very rare trailer, right? It's only been out since 2025. It's a more expensive, large travel trailer. So it's not something that they sell a lot of. And it's really built for full-time living. I mean, it feels like an apartment inside. So it's not your typical camper. So I went through all of the Facebook pages and the Alliance owner groups and everything, trying to find somebody who had some experience with this trailer that could give me some insight into any issues it may have, anything that I'm looking at, any quirks to it. And couldn't find anything on the positive sites. So then I went to the anti-Alliance Facebook group and threw it out there. I'm like, hey, I bought this trailer, or I'm buying this trailer. Is there anybody that has any insight on it? Anybody can give me any quirks? And of course, immediately got flooded with Alliance sucks, buy a different manufacturer, don't do full time. I mean, just hate, right? That's what that group is just hate. And then out of the blue, I get a direct message from a guy, Bill Martin, and I don't know who he is. And he's like, hey, I work for Alliance and would love to talk to you about, your choice and everything else, and kind of give you any insight I can. And he immediately sent me his phone number, which was really surprising. So I called, and he's like, yeah, I'm Bill Martin. I'm vice president of customer service with Alliance. And we actually chatted for about an hour and a half, wanting to know why this trailer, right? He's like, if you're looking for something that big, why aren't you going with a fifth wheel? You need a 3/4 ton, a diesel truck to pull this thing because it's big, it's huge, it's heavy. Why not go with a fifth wheel? Why not, and wanted to understand the reasoning behind it. And I explained, my truck bed is full of tools and equipment that I use for work. And so I can't do a fifth wheel. And then he was like, hey, I want to hear from you throughout the entire process. When you pick a dealer, when you go through the buying process, if you have any issues, keep us, because we really want to know about the total ownership experience. And the day in January, first weekend of January, was the RV show in San Antonio. Got a smoking deal on this trailer, and texted him, right? And was like, hey, I'm working on the buying process now. And this is who I'm dealing with, and this is how much we're talking about. And right as the finance guy was trying to throw all that extra stuff at me, he called and said, put me on speakerphone. And I'm like, okay. And he goes, hey guys, this is Bill Martin, vice president of customer service for Alliance RV. We want to make sure, would let you know that Dave is giving us all the information about this experience and really hope you guys take really good care of it.
Hint, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I had a great experience with the dealership, but I think that was a little influenced. So yeah. And during the Florida trip, that's one of the reasons why I picked Alliance. Is their customer service reputation is amazing, and I got to feel it firsthand. Traveling to Hamcation, didn't realize when you pull the slides in, the kitchen slide, the wiring actually falls down onto one of the tires.
Oh, right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember you talking about that.
And so I got 2/3 of the way to Florida and happened to stop at an RV spot or a truck stop, did the little walk around when I was done and noticed the wires. And by that point, they had been burned about halfway through on one of the bundles.
Ouch.
And was like, oh crap, right? And their thing is you send an email with the last 6 digits of your VIN and what you got going on. And so I did that and then had about another 2.5 hours to get down the road. Got to the RV park and they had already replied with send us pictures. And I sent them pictures and they said, okay, send me an address of where we can send the parts to. And, if you can find a local RV tech to get it taken care of, let us know. And please include them in the conversation. So I did a expedient repair. It was coax and it wasn't anything important that was going to stop the trip. So just kind of buttoned everything up, taped everything up. And then when I got back to San Antonio from Hamcation, found an RV tech, joined him in the conversation. And 2 days later, he was out with everything, was able to replace the majority of the harness, reroute it and help Alliance understand that it was routed wrong. Sent them pictures of how he routed it and it works great now. And just done. Good to go. And I've been checking it and everything's great since then. So
do you feel like this is the customer experience they're promoting for every customer they have?
Yes, I do. I don't think it has anything because Bill Martin was not involved in any of the repair process. I did not include him and just kind of wanted to see what would happen when you do what you're supposed to do. And it was amazing.
It sounds amazing customer experience. Unlike what Jason's got over on some of his trailers.
To be fair, Forest River has been very responsive and very, I don't want to say supportive, but they've been easy to work with. I'll put it that way with that last trailer. The dealership was a pain in the butt. The dealership was, and they're not even there anymore. They closed their doors. I think they sold to a competitor or something. So the place I bought it in Huntsville, Alabama is not even there anymore. But my interaction with Forest River directly has been positive. I'll put it that way. Their Salem line is total crap. Don't ever buy a Salem RV from Forest River. Don't ever buy a Salem RV from Forest River that's 2020 or newer. The older stuff is much. I think that's what T.O. still has. I think he's got like a 2016 or 2018, like a 32, 34 foot. He's much larger than my 21 foot. And he's been very happy with it. And if next time we have him back on, we can talk about that. But mine was 2021, I think, and it was just junk. So now I have a story on that. I don't want to tell the whole story right now because that's not really what we're talking about tonight. Right. But I have a story on that. And long story short, I think I took it to. It's been in the shop since November of 2024. So this is April of 2026 right now, in case you guys don't know how to look at a calendar. It's been in the shop since November of 2024. But the guy who has it now, the shop who has it now, they think they found the problem with the slide room. So you can bet your money that there will be a video on that coming up on the channel. But I can't really complain about Forest River warranty service. They've been easy to deal with. I won't say they've been proactive. Like what you're talking about, Dave, is a proactive customer service.
Yeah.
And I can't really describe Forest River that way. But they have been responsive and they have been easy to deal with. So I just want to be fair about it. I don't want to be like, oh, they suck. Don't ever buy these. But yeah, that kind of thing. So, but that's good. I really like that story. I like how the fact that you found a negative. Dave was telling me the story, and he's like, so I went to the Facebook group with all the negative comments, and I'm like, well, that's where all the Facebook people are. They join the positive comment groups, and then they never go back to them because no one's ever positive on Facebook about anything, right?
Apparently, that's where the VP customer service
Yeah,
guy is. too.
yeah.
What a better way to figure out what people are, what kind of crap they're talking.
I mean,
is
that's
to
true.
join
Yeah.
the hate groups.
I can't count the number of times I've had emails from people about a radio I was talking about in a video. Say, are you aware of this known issue? I'm like, no. How do you mean known issue? Oh, if you go to this Facebook group, you're going to hear all this stuff. And I'm like, okay. As soon as you said Facebook group, I tuned you off. I'm like, I'm not listening to you, okay? Because and this is a general statement, what do people do when they go buy a product? Any product. I don't care if it's a fingernail clippers or a freaking $150,000 RV. What do? They go home, they unbox it, unwrap it, start using it, test it out, do this. If they're happy with it, what do? They go on to the next thing in their life. They don't do anything. But if they have a problem with it, they want the whole world to know how wronged they were, right? How their experiences are, oh my God. So everything on Facebook is all about crying and complaining because all the people with good experiences, they don't go post about it. That's just human nature. That's all it is. So, but I was impressed with that story, Dave, that when the first time you told me. So I'm glad you shared that with us. Thank you.
Yeah.
Whiskey 7 Backroads Brent is in the chat. Good evening, buddy. Good to see you again. I hope you guys I hope to see you guys at another Overland show soon. So we'll see what happens with that. But he's up in, oh gosh, I'm going to get it wrong. He's either in Idaho or Montana, up there somewhere. And he does a gathering about once a year on his channel. And I really want to go to that, but it's like 2 days to get there. So I've never been to it, but it'd be fun. Be a fun trip. So Kyle, what's going on with the I saw you posted that video earlier today with that guy that you interviewed at the Moore Expo.
Yep.
And you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, this guy who is a relatively new hiker trailer owner, he has the EOR, which is the Extreme Off-Road. That's the highest class. That thing is made to go rock crawling, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And typically, the two galley lengths you can get with hiker trailer are 17 inches and 24 inches. Well, he wanted to put his Iceco 60-liter, not going across like a long ways. He wanted it to go short ways in the galleys. So he negotiated with Hiker a 36-inch galley to accommodate that 60-liter Iceco fridge with the fridge slide to pull it out.
They did that for him.
They did that for him for a price.
Well, yeah, of course, yes, but okay, all right, wow,
but
okay.
He is a key maker. He is a master locksmith, and I think that those guys have just a whole bunch of traits. And one of his traits is welding, and another trait is woodworking, and it's just the trade is just yields itself to having a lot of he's a maker, right?
Right.
And just, you're seeing on the screen here all of the things that he did. He had a list of all the mods that he completed before he went out on the road, and it was like 32 or 34 mods. And they weren't like, oh, like I put zipper pulls on my zippers. No, they weren't like that. They were huge mods.
like you, yeah. Wow.
That's deep. So he got rid of some of the bed section then to get that deep.
Yeah, so Hiker now offers the 5x10 EOR. It was only a 5x9. So what he did was he took another 12 inches. So his sleeping compartment is what a standard 5x9 would be, but he moved the galley back another foot, right? So he could get more stuff in his galley, and it's great. I have never seen a hiker like that. I have seen some pretty interesting mods, from all the hiker events that I attend and whatnot, but I have not seen anything like this.
It's pretty incredible.
Is that a water hose?
Dave's here. Yeah. He's got Dave's water filter in there. See?
Yeah, he does.
And he's got heating pads on his water lines and his tank.
Mm-hmm.
He's got air vents to make sure that his fridge doesn't overheat. He's got electrical mods. I mean, it was just
Wow.
it was awesome. It was great.
That's crazy.
And the
Wow.
video is doing very well. So
Yeah. I saw it pop up earlier today, and I'm like, oh, okay, we got to talk about that tonight. So that's great.
yeah.
So good.
But yeah, it's definitely a one of a kind.
Mhm.
One of a kind hiker. So
I was telling my wife Emily, and I was like, yeah. So I joined this buy sell trade group for hiker on Facebook, and she looks at me sideways. She's like, "Why did you do that?" I'm like, "Well, I don't know. I mean, I kind of felt like it, you know. I mean, because I want to buy a hiker trailer." So, but I'm looking at like, there's a lot of different sizes, you know. There's like a 4x8, and I'm like, holy crap! Like, I would have trouble fitting in that thing, I think. So,
yeah.
it's just, but the Eeyore, that's what that guy who hosted the beer exchange that night, he had an Eeyore.
Yeah, Ben has got an EOR.
Yeah.
And then Nate, the guy next to him, he's got a mid-range, just a regular mid-range.
Mm-hmm.
And then mine's a mid-range XL. So
And XL means they're longer, right?
no, the XL means that you get the front tongue box and you get a couple of other things. I think someone's going to call me out in the chat, but I think the mid-range has got 30-inch tires, and I got 31-inch tires.
Okay.
There might be some other stuff, but it's minor though.
Yeah. Okay. Well, the EOR I know has independent suspension and not an
Yes.
axle.
And
so that was
yeah, and you can even get airbags too.
Okay. All right. And that Bill, good evening. If you Bill, I think this is totally my fault, Bill. I really do apologize to you for this, but when I sent the email out to these guys earlier this week, I simply forgot to include you. So I blitzed it. It's my fault. I apologize from the bottom of my heart, Bill. So if you want to join us on Zoom, Bill, feel free. Because I know you're not working right now. So yeah. And Bill, in fact, Bill's trailer is in Texas right now. So we're gonna I think Bill and I are gonna drive together to Hamvention in a couple weeks. But where was I going with that? But yeah, so I was out at a camping event yesterday. I went out and visited my buddies at Agape Overland at he says no worries, can't be on. Okay, thanks, man. I went out to there was a camping event this weekend. I couldn't go, but I went out there and hung out with him for an hour or two. And there was a guy out there that looked like it looked like a hiker, but it was a Boreas XT or something. Yeah, and he said the big, and I went up and talked to him, and I'm like, yeah, my buddy Kyle, he's got a hiker. I've been looking at those because they're kind of neat. And he's like, yeah, the biggest difference, and he didn't tell me what he paid. He goes, I bought this used and I got a great deal on it. I didn't ask him what he paid for it. I didn't want to be rude, but I was like, well, the hiker is brand new. They start at like 12, but that's like for a shell, right? So you got to add all the stuff to it. And he's like, yeah, these are a little bit more than that, but he said the biggest difference between a hiker and the Boreas is all composite, and the hiker is made of wood.
Correct. Yeah.
So
Boreas, I did not know about them whenever I was doing my research, and they do look like hikers, but they're a little bit. I mean, I think the Boreas here, I'm on their website. The one that looks like a hiker starts at $44,000.
I was going to say they're quite a bit. Yeah, they're not as pocketbook friendly as hikers are. I'll put it that way. So, but he had a battery mod on his. He had two 100 amp hour batteries, and he had put two 100 watt Renogy solar panels on it. And he said that he had done his own. He said it came with some sort of like, it wasn't an icy breeze, but it was some sort of air conditioner like that. So he replaced the and it was 110. He said. And he replaced his max fan with an actual 12-volt air conditioner on top. So he had done a lot of modifications of his own on that one too, and it was a nice looking camper. It was. I'd have to see him side by side, but to me it looked a little bit shorter than yours did, Kyle.
Yeah,
but he had the door on the back that would opened up like a toy hauler. instead of
Yeah.
open out like yours did. But other than that, I thought he had a hiker. I went over there. I was like, so what model hiker is this? And then I saw Boreas on it. I was like, okay, so this is a Boreas, which I'm familiar with that brand, but I didn't know they made like a hiker looking trailer. So
Yeah. The AT, so I gave you a little bit bad information. They've got an AT and an XT. The AT, just the camper shell with nothing in it, is $27,900. And then
okay,
you start to put an awning on that thing and propane and all of the things
Yeah.
that hiker has. I mean, you're easily into the 35 or 37,000 range.
yeah, that's about twice as much as you'd pay for a hiker with all that. So
Yeah.
yeah, good. Bill is kilting ham radio. That's great. I love that. Yeah,
Mr. Kilts.
Mr. Kilt is in the chat. So, but good. Okay. All right. Well, that's yeah, but that was neat to see as well yesterday.
So what was that? Just a gathering of people?
Yeah, so there's a local group here in North Texas, and it's run by this guy named Michael. He's a really good dude. I met up with him at a camp out. You guys might have seen on this channel right here. I have put up several videos about overlanding campers and trailers from a joint in Denton, Texas called Outback RV. Outback RV, they come to More Expo every year.
Yeah, they had they were inside on that second.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that's where they've been every year since I've been going to More Expo. They've always been in the same spot. Craig is the guy who runs Outback RV. If you're looking for an overland type camper in North Texas, I suggest going up there. Very cool people to work with, great folks up there. Been in business for a number of years. But they do a camp out. They do like a camp. They have like this 10 or 15 acre piece of land out behind their shop, and they do a camp out like in November every year. And I didn't go to it last year. I think the weather was bad, but I went to it the 2 years prior to that. And 2 years ago, I met up with this guy named Michael, and he runs a private Facebook group called Agape Overland, AGAPE, Agape Overland. And they're all about just going out, and they do some trails and stuff, but they're just about going and doing stuff on like a regular basis. So he sets up like local drive for 30 minutes to an hour to get there, local stuff like once a month. Like they do 10 or 12 trips a year.
Wow.
And there's this place up here, and Frank knows where this is, and I don't know if Dave's ever been there or not, but there's a place up here north of us called LBJ Grasslands. It's a grasslands area. It's a couple hundred acres, something like maybe more than that. And it is a POTA spot, which is awesome. It's US 4371 if you guys want to look it up. And it's just a total grasslands. You don't have to pay to get in there, and it's all dispersed camping. So they go up there, and they'll go up there 3 or 4 times a year. They've been up there on New Year's Eve the last 2 years. I went up there with them 2 years ago. And so they were doing a thing this weekend at the LBJ Grasslands, and I'm like, well, I got something to do Friday night, so I can't go up. And I had something else going on Sunday morning, so I couldn't go up last night. But I went and hang out with them for just a couple hours, and they just go up there and they set up their awnings and set up their fire pits and whatnot. Of course, it was hot yesterday, but it was a bunch of thunderstorms came through last night. But they said they got some wind and rain, but it wasn't any big deal at where they were. But I just like the fact that it's they're just active. They're an active group of overlanders that, yeah, they do some trails sometimes, but they're more about just getting out and camping and having fun in the woods and doing that kind of thing. So I'm very, very excited to be a part of that
good group of people on Facebook. That's odd.
Believe it or not, it's a private Facebook group by invite only. And the only reason I got invited is because I just happened to camp next to this guy when I was at the Outback RV rally 2 years ago. And I was talking to him about this and this and this, and he had a really small Instagram channel he was trying to start. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've done some Instagram and whatnot. And once he figured out that I was on YouTube, he's like, dude. And so he and I text back and forth all the time. And I'm like, man, I want to do overlanding stuff, but I have a very, very small following in overlanding. He's like, yeah, but you've obviously done YouTube and whatnot. So, and he's done a really good job with building a following on Instagram, and he has a Facebook page he posts on. So but he's a good dude. It's just a fun group to hang out with because they're nice, they're friendly, they're welcoming, and they actually go out and do stuff more than just like twice a year or something like that. So, But that's that was fun to be.
Did you see Izzo's question? Is that something you want to cover today?
I did not. So go ahead, Frank.
He says, does overlanding camper styles automatically add extra costs?
I mean, it depends on who you ask, and if you ask me, the answer is yes. I mean, yes. Yeah, there's some overland campers out there that are more expensive than a full-fledged RV with a full bathroom and shower, and it's yeah.
I'm going to play the layman here.
Okay.
What is a difference between a RV style trailer versus an overlanding trailer?
Generally, okay. So you guys, Mike, definitely Mike and Kyle want to hear from you guys, but any of you guys are welcome to answer. So I would describe it as an RV is something that's made to go up and down the highway, and an overland camper is generally smaller, lighter. It sits up higher off the ground. It's got better ground clearance. It might have independent suspension instead of a full axle. It's probably got knobby tires on it, that kind of thing. So it's easier to pull over dirt and across a trail. That's a very high level description, but I'd be curious to see what you guys have to say.
I think that's fair. Yeah. Although, my trailer's laughing at the notion that we're not supposed to take it off the highway.
Yeah.
I mean, generally not going down like 4-wheel drive roads and things like that with it.
Yes. You're not. Yeah. I mean, some of these overland campers, you can like literally drag it through a river. Yeah. Like you got a 4Runner with a snorkel on it, and you're dragging like a hiker trailer through the river. And as long as the river's not high enough to get into your cab, obviously, your hiker trailer anyway. But yeah, more rugged that's a good way to say it, Don. Yep. And
I would say that an overland camper or RV, if you want to call it an RV, they are made to. They're not going to have the creature comforts of a regular RV. Now they do make little bitty RVs that look like overland campers, but they're made of Asdel, and if you took those things off of off-road, it would shake it to bits, right?
Yeah.
But I like my shower, like Mike and Dave's shower, and Jason, I think your RV is very capable of going off-road, right? It's got the knobby tires, it sets up high.
Sets up real high.
It's made to go off-road. Dave's, is made to be pulled, on concrete, and you want to take a 30-minute shower, you can,
Yeah.
But right. my outdoor shower is, here, we're going to give you 4 drops of water, and you better soap up real good.
Yeah.
But you can get it done. On all of these types of rigs, you can get it done. It's just a matter of what is your comfort level.
Mm-hmm.
Right, yeah. And typically speaking, RVs are made to go to RV parks, state parks, this kind of stuff, something with a full hookup. Overland campers are a lot of times more boondockable, if that's a word. Yeah. And overland people like to spend more time outside. I mean, that's how they're built anyway. Whether you do or don't is kind of not like
you're kind of
an
forced
RV,
to with an overlander.
Right, exactly. An RV has an indoor shower and an indoor kitchen and an indoor dinette. Well, a hiker camper or that Boreas camper, everything's outdoor. It's an outdoor shower, an outdoor kitchen, outdoor awning, and whatnot. So, and there's nothing wrong with either one of them. It's just a matter of where you want to spend your time.
Yeah. I think you could say too, the overlanding rig is made to drag to one place, you maybe stay there one night, then you pack up and you go down the trail to your next spot.
Right.
Whereas an RV, you're more just going to set up. It's going to have a more complicated setup process, and you're planning on staying there for a little while.
Well, I see a complicated setup process. What Kyle does every time he puts camp down.
That was voluntary on his part.
I mean, Kyle's got that down to a science, though, man. He's
yeah.
And
but
when
he's
we were
moving.
Where the heck
you need to do
were
a time lapse of that, because it's like
That's true.
It was Idaho.
I think Idaho.
Remember, we went down that gravel.
What I was going to say was, where were we when you had like your awning out and all the walls down, and we were all huddled in there because it was raining and windy? I think it was Colorado.
It was Colorado
in the state park. Yeah, so that was really nice to have. something like that, because we were all camping in like gazelle tents and whatnot, and we could have gone into our tents and been dry, but then we're all in our individual tents and whatnot, so we just hung out and Kyle's covered awning with the walls on it, and everything was fine, and the rain didn't last long, so it was fine, but that was a cool thing to have as well.
Yeah, those side walls for that 270-degree awning is great. Now,
Yeah,
I wish, 23-0 has come out with a 6-arm that gives you more coverage in the back in the galley.
huh.
I would love to get one of those,
Mhm.
but my walls don't fit those. They make different walls. So,
Of course.
I'd have to sell my awning and my walls, and I'm not going to get the price that I want for them, so.
You could probably easily sell them, but yeah, I don't know what you would want for them. So.
I could sell all that stuff, and then I have to put another $500 to $700 more to buy the six arm plus the walls.
Plus, yeah, okay.
23-0, you got me.
The owner of 23-0 was at the More Expo a couple weeks ago. So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So I don't really want to talk about the More Expo much tonight. That's not really the focus of today's topic, but I've got a couple of really cool ideas for what we can do at the More Expo next year, and I am going to want to be talking about that before April of 2027, and both ham radio wise and camping wise and whatnot. So you guys go to moreexpo.com. And I don't remember what weekend it is. It's usually like the second or third weekend in April. And put that on your calendar and make plans for it now so that you have it on your calendar for next year. Because that's going to be – I've got a couple of things I'm going to try to do for it. And if I can get it done, it's going to be it's already an awesome show. It's going to be a really awesome show if I can get these things done.
Yeah.
Sweet.
If only there was a wireless device you could use in your tent to communicate with other people in their tents.
Well, it's not fun.
I was going to say that's not why you don't go out to no offense, Dave. You don't go out to campsites to mesh-tastic with people across. You go out to hang out together and smoke cigars together, man. Come on. But
Didn't we hold a net every night?
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say about that.
A going to sleep net. So, yes, we did. That was fun. But so where you got Mike and Dave? You're going to be there. You're going to be in Texas until June. You said.
Yeah. So I'll be here until June. Then I go back down to San Antonio till about mid-July. Gonna go meet my grandbaby or my grandson.
Nice.
So. Yeah, kind of excited about that. And then from there, mid-July, I'll start working my way up towards Huntsville. Just travel for a day or so, spend a week or so somewhere, travel for a day or so, and actually start doing what I've been planning on doing in this and go see stuff. So
Good. Okay. Excellent. What do you know your campsite at Huntsville? Campsite number?
I do not. I know it's the same row as you, but towards the end, towards the primitive camping. Towards that end.
Okay. Towards the
so he's not the one that stole my site.
No, he's not.
Kyle.
I'd say we go toilet paper that guy's site like every night this year. Whoever that is, I say we just everyone bring like 2 huge 12 packs of toilet paper. We're gonna toilet paper that guy's site the other.
Wait. What was Kyle's site?
What was it? What was the number, Kyle? I think mine's 49, so it was 51.
Oh, okay, no, I think it's 48.
48.
Right,
okay.
Wow, I thought it was Mike.
Bill got the site. The site next to me was the site on the other side of me from you, Kyle. Bill, who was it that was? Someone contacted me and says, I can't make it. I'm going to give up my site. And I'm like, contact Bill. And Bill got that site. So Bill's going to be on this other side of me. I can't remember who that was.
Wasn't that Mike and Jenny?
No. So my site's a double site.
Right.
And then the
but
actual
it used to be
site
Mike and Jenny. Mike and Jenny.
No. Mike and Jenny are still with me in my site, 49A and 49B.
Got it.
The site on the other side of me is the one next to. I think it was the Ham DeLorean. I think it was Ham DeLorean had that site.
Oh, gotcha.
And he's like, I can't. We were in a live stream chat on the ham radio channel like 3 weeks ago, and he's like, yeah, if you know anyone who's looking for a site, and I'm like, I do. I was like, hit me up on Discord, and I put him in contact with Bill, and they got that all squared away. So Bill was telling me at More Expo last week. So Bill will be next to us in his green Poda machine next in August. But
I just feel bad for whoever got 48 and is not a ham. They're gonna hate life.
yeah. Where did you end up, Kyle?
In 46, one down.
One down. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, good. I mean, at least you got a spot. So
yeah.
Book your site when you get there. Book your site for next year. Because Kyle waited till like Saturday. Well, but you waited like a day or two, right? I mean, you got there on Wednesday or Thursday?
I thought I was safe on like Friday night or Saturday, but obviously I was not.
Obviously you weren't.
I mean, I had bad idea jeans on that week.
Oh God, that's funny.
So there's this trick now with reserving campsites in like national parks, where you have a target week or a target weekend, you want to be in a certain park. People will reserve the site 2 weeks in advance,
right,
of your last day, so then they can just block out a 2-week stretch, because that's the max amount that you can reserve, and then technically you're getting your reservation a week earlier than everyone else can. So you could pull the same stunt there at Montesano, if you really wanted to get a site there.
We figured that out the hard way with Yellowstone. I think was it Yellowstone, Frank, or was it Grand Canyon?
It was when we're trying to do the parks on the air and field day.
Okay.
Because
we figured that out because Frank waited till the day, 1 year or 6 months, whenever it was, and he called and it was reserved. And I'm like, dude, they shouldn't let people do that. They should say, hey. So when people, because presumably they're renting it for 2 weeks, and then the day they want it's like the last 2 or 3 days, and then they call to cancel like the first week and a half at some point. They shouldn't let them do that. They should say, no, you can either cancel the whole thing or keep the whole thing, and because that's
Mm-hmm.
this whole
a little smarmy.
This whole thing about limiting. Like, if I wanted to rent a campsite in 2032, I should be able to call and rent it right now. I was like, here's my money. Take my money and rent my campsite. What is this limited time thing? I don't know. Maybe it's just easier for their books or something. Who knows? But, yeah. So, KA2AUB. Are you guys doing the picnic for ARRLTI again? Yes. That's not what we call it. But yes, we're doing our Friday POTA meetup at the Pavilion at Huntsville at Montesano State Park. And we are going to... In fact, we got some time before this, so I don't want to get into this big thing right now. This year, we are going to sell tickets. So I'm going to find, and I think I found it already, I'm going to find a website where I can create tickets and say, if anyone who wants to join us, go here and buy a ticket, and you buy a ticket for $0. That way we have a head count.
Reserve your slot.
Reserve. So that way we have a head count for, it's not going to cost you anything. We're going to take donations at the site, of course, like we've always done, but the ticket will cost you $0. That way we have a head count. We know how much food to buy. And if you show up that day without a ticket, you are welcome to eat, but you're going to have to wait in line. You're going to have to wait, and all the people who have a ticket get in line first. And we're going to talk about this on everybody's channel. I'm going to send emails out. We're going to make it very public. We're not going to, try to hide it from anybody. We just want to get a head count because for the last couple of years, we haven't really run out of, correct me if I'm wrong here, Kyle. We haven't really run out of food, but we've gotten close to running out of food. And we don't,
a couple of people had to just go to hot dogs.
We ran out of burgers and there were plenty of hot dogs left. And then the Frank's Beans went really fast. And I think we ran out of chips or something. I don't remember what it was, but the purpose of selling tickets for $0 is so we can have a head count, so we can say, hey, we need, and we thought we'd need 80 or 100 hamburger patties, but we actually need like 140, something like that. So that's what that's the plan for this year. And more information will be put forth on that on pretty much everyone's channel between now and we'll probably start talking about that in July or something like that. So you guys stay tuned for that. All right, Mike, where are you going next, bud?
Nowhere for a little while. We're actually brace yourself. We're actually planning on sitting still here for a little bit. We're back at the home base we got here about a month ago.
Okay.
And
where is that? What state?
Kansas.
Kansas. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So I'm west of Wichita, Kansas, and we were beat after I think I talked on our last live stream about the trip up and down the West Coast, and we just really got wore out. So we're ready to sit and relax for a little bit, and we're going to stay here until it's time to start moving towards Huntsville. So we've got a family vacation coming up at Table Rock Lake in Missouri, which is just south of Springfield. That's towards the end of July, and we may just end up dragging the RV down to there.
Mm-hmm.
And then at end of July, we'll start kind of the same kind of slow crawl to Huntsville, and we've got site 28 reserved for the whole week. 28.
I think that's on the other loop from us.
Yeah. When I was setting it up, I saw a building or some sort of structure right there that I thought that was where everybody gathered and hung out. So I thought it'd be good to be next to that. But I've since learned that's not the right one. But it still seems like an okay spot.
Yeah. The spot's fine. There is a pavilion over there. That's not the one we reserved though. But, yeah, it's still a fine spot.
I think I watched enough of one of Mike's videos that I figured out I had the wrong pavilion, but that's okay. I'm happy to be on the mountain for the week, and we'll have the rig, the whole family, and it'll be a great time.
If you guys have a scooter or a e-bike, bring it, because it is much easier to go back and forth from your campsite to either the pavilion or to like the front desk if you want to go ask them something or something like that. But I bring my e-bike to that trip every year. So if you have something, bring it with you. You'll be happy you did.
I may have some old inline skates or something. Maybe I'll just get those in a rope.
Just don't let Frank try to borrow those. That's all I
bring your ponytails.
Your pony, yeah.
Okay, so I'll need the skates, a rope, and a camera for when Frank uses
for when Frank
skates.
tries.
Yep.
Yeah.
I will do it.
That's what he needs is another broken knee,
though.
Right? Yeah.
God bless him.
By then, hopefully I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
I hope so.
So we're hanging out here for a while, and I got to try to find some cool sites in Kansas to activate, and we're doing the whole doctor routine now. So in a period of about a month and a half, we'll see every doctor and every specialist we have to see, because we're in town. We got to be in our state, and we got to get all of it right now. So the regular doctor wants me to go see the other doctor that we're supposed to see when we're 50. I've got a cardiologist I got to see, the dentist, the optometrist. I mean, it's a list.
Yeah,
it's a list.
I hear you,
dude. Trying to get to a surgery, man. I had to make several doctor's appointments. Then I said, "Oh, can I just get that one done by the cardiologist? You have a cardiologist? All right, here's his form." I'm like, "Well, I was trying not to go to the general practitioner." Nope. We got to. Then I have 2 appointments instead of 1. God, I opened up my mouth.
Right.
Tried to make it easier. Went the other way.
Right.
Sheesh. Well, it's gonna be a fun summer. Mike, are you coming to Hamvention in May?
Yes.
Good.
That'll be my first big convention. I'm very excited.
Okay. Awesome.
Very excited. Okay. I've got a B&B, an Airbnb with Gray Man and
you're
Jeff
with
Zarge.
Gray Man. That's right.
Yeah.
Tim did. Yeah. Tim hit me up and wanted in on our campsite, on our RV site this year. But he told me he had changed because he got an Airbnb with 2 guys. I think I can't remember who he said. I guess it was you and one other dude.
Yep.
I thought there was a 3rd person there too, but maybe I'm remembering.
And
wrong,
I'm one. Jeff is the other. Yep.
Right. Yeah. Which Jeff? Oh,
K3JRZ.
Yeah, JRZ. Yeah, that's right.
Delaware Jeff.
I think this will be Jeff's first Hamvention too, if I'm not mistaken. Or at least first one in a long time, at least.
Yeah.
But yeah, good. Okay. Well, we have a campsite. I have a campsite on site that is. I know we'll show you there. But anyway, that's the hangout spot during the day. So when you get tired of walking, you want to take a break and come back, get a beer, get a water, whatever. That's our campsite. It's directly behind the Gigaparts building. So you'll find it. But everybody's welcome to come hang out with us. But we got to figure out. It's always a challenge to have enough chairs. So everybody who's driving should bring a chair for yourself and at least one or two extra. So.
And then when you leave, the final time you leave for the whole convention to go home, take your chair home.
Take your chair with you. Yep. So, but yeah, we have that's a fun trip. I always enjoy that trip. And I signed up for like the first year it was in Xenia. A friend of mine had an RV spot, and I'm like, "How'd you get that?" And he's like, "Oh, you just get on this list." And I got on the list, and it only took a couple years for me to get a spot, but that was before everyone figured out to get on the list. And now I know guys who've been waiting. Like, ACK was telling me the other day he knew somebody that was like on the list for 4 years and still not there. So Jason said he's never signed up, and I'm like, dude, sign up. I mean, you never know who's going to cancel. Yeah. Get your name on the list. And then if you get the call, because I've said this since day one, if I ever, fingers crossed this never happens, if I ever have a year where I'm not able to use my campsite, I just say I can't go to Dayton this year. And they give you first right of refusal every year after that. So if there's ever a year where I can't use it, I'm going to hit up one of you guys and say, okay, who wants my campsite? I will even pay for it. I just need you to use it so that I can get it next year. So,
like season tickets or something.
Yeah, right, exactly. Yeah. So
I always thought I would try to figure out some way I can get in as an exhibitor or something like that. They have, for like emergency rigs and things like that.
Yeah.
Try to get mine well enough known that I can get a spot out at.
Well, and last year I got there on Wednesday last year. I get there on Wednesday most years, and for whatever reason, when I pulled in, the guys who run the Hamfest, they know me, of course, and they said, "Hey, do you know anyone who wants a campsite on premise?" And I'm like, "Probably. What happened?" He's like, "Well, we had like 3 people not show up." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I got Freddie Mac an on-site campsite last year. I called him. I'm like, "Dude, do you want to come and stay?" He's like, "Heck yeah, I want to do that." So he called and canceled his state park campsite and came in and stayed. He brought his cousin Eddie trailer in and stayed on premise, but they didn't give him the option to get it again next year. I guess I'm not sure how that all worked out because it was like a last-minute cancellation. But you never know.
Yeah.
So when I get there this year, I'm going to be like, "You got any free open campsites that people canceled at the last minute?" We'll see. So,
and you have to have a trailer, right? I mean, you can't be in a tent and you can't be in a vehicle. I remember looking up these rules. I was wondering if maybe I could just show up in tent camp or something like that. It seemed like there was a rule, like there had to be a self-contained RV unit involved.
If I'm not mistaken, I might be conflating this with Hamcation, but tent camping is not allowed, but vehicle camping is.
Okay.
If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong about that. So, but yeah, Hector's in the chat saying, "I've been on the list for 4 years."
Yeah.
Just tell them who you are. Say, "I'm Hector. I'm the guy with the Sprinter van," and they'll let you in, Hector.
Okay, I just figured out what spot. 58 and 60 are me and Patrick from Montesano.
50. Patrick.
Yeah, Patrick, little short guy that was with me at Huntsville last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay, 58 and 60. Cool.
Yep.
That's going to be. We need to all take our cameras down when Dave gets there and record him backing that monstrosity into that site, because that will be some good TikTok videos. That's
going to be some interesting videos.
That's going to be some interesting videos. It's going to be fun. That's going to be. I love Huntsville. Huntsville is probably the smallest Hamfest that I drive to, not non-regional Hamfest that I go to every year, but it's the best one. It's the most fun. It's so awesome camping up there on the mountain for a whole week, and it's a great time. Really love Huntsville up there. So,
it is.
All right, guys. Well, we've been going for about an hour, and that's kind of where I wanted to go with this. I do appreciate everyone joining tonight and chatting along with us, and I want to try to. I was doing these RV Basecamp kind of video podcast chats for the last half of last year, and I haven't done my. I was saying at the beginning, I can't remember if I've ever done one for 2026 or not. So we're 4 months in, and I need to get back to this. So we're going to start doing this again tomorrow night. The reason we're not streaming on Ham Radio 2.0 tonight, and I didn't mention this earlier, but I'm glad I didn't now because there's more people watching right now than there was earlier. So let me pull this up. Tomorrow night, we're going to be live streaming with Gigaparts. And I don't have that public yet. So, okay. So everybody watch Ham Radio 2.0 channel. So tomorrow is officially Samuel Morris's, who's Silent Key, obviously. Samuel Morris's birthday is tomorrow, April 27th. So we're going to do a live stream, and if you're on my email list, you'll get an email tomorrow about all the details. If you're not on the email list, go to hamradio2.com/email-sign-up. Frank, if you have a link for that,
Yes,
please put that in. Yeah, Kyle, I shared your video earlier, but definitely go subscribe to Kyle's channel, Square Drop to Adventures. Mike, feel free to share your channel in the chat as well. I think I gave you a wrench, but if not, I'll fix that. I did. You're in blue. Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, tomorrow night, Gigaparts wants to do a live stream. We're going to have 2 or 3 guys on, I think 2 guys on from the South Georgia D-Expedition team. Victor Sierra Zero, what is it? Victor Sierra Zero something Papa was their call sign for South Georgia D-Expedition. We're going to have them on. They're going to talk about CW. We're going to give away 5 at least of the CW practice keys that Gigaparts sells on their website for $70 a piece. So we're going to give away more than $350 worth of prizes, maybe 6 of them. Wow. And we're going to watch an auction that is on eBay right now for Samuel Morris's, like a letter he wrote that he signed. It's up to a pretty high price right now, but some of you who like memorabilia like that will like it. So 7 o'clock tomorrow night, we're going to start the live stream with T.O. So I hit up T.O. because Monday night is his normal night, and this night was chosen by Gigaparts because it's Samuel Morris's birthday. So I hit up T.O. and was like, hey, man, we're going to go live. It's going to be 7:30. And he's like, why don't we just do a multicast? So we're going to be streaming on my channel and T.O.'s channel tomorrow night.
Cool.
So we're going to start at 7. T.O. and I are going to start at 7 and ad-lib for like a half hour. And then 7:30 is when the official Morse code live stream starts. We're not going to do Morse code. I invited Kyle on to do some Morse code for us, so hopefully he'll make it. But not really.
It'll be, yeah, I play tennis until 7, so yeah, we'll see if I can get back in time and join.
If you're late, you're late. That's not a big deal.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're going to talk about we'll just do one of our regular ad-lib, just talking about ham radio live streams. That's what it's going to be about. And we're going to give some stuff away. You have to be present in the chat to win, and to win one of these practice keys. And I might have 1 or 2 extra items I might give away on that stream tomorrow night as well. We'll see. But yeah, so 7 o'clock p.m. tomorrow night on Ham Radio 2.0. Appreciate you guys tuning in for that as well. But that's why we're live on this channel tonight. So anyone have any closing remarks?
Jason, you were right on Hamvention camping. It's tents not allowed, but there's nothing in there about vehicles.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah. I was thinking it was the same thing as Hamcation, because that's what Hamcation told me as well. You can't do a ground tent, but if you have like a tent on top of your roof rack tent, they allow that. So.
Yeah. So I was hoping I could just leech onto somebody else with my tent, but that's probably exactly why they have that rule.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, probably so. But good. So anyone have any anything else, closing remarks, anything you want to say?
Nope. No. Get out there and do some RV or camping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good time of year.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
Well, 73 guys, appreciate everyone joining us tonight. 73 means best wishes and good luck from the Ham Radio guys. So we will catch you tomorrow night on the CW live stream. So have fun. Good night.
I'm alive.
Bye.
I'm alive. I'm alive. I'm alive.